All right, we're live. What's up, guys? Happy Saturday. Here's your Saturday weekend stream. It's 5 p.m. I'm 30 minutes late. All right. I just got back from a really heavy walk. My feet hurt. I'm out of breath. I had to catch my breath for a while. I'm all fat. All right, here we are. Let's see. I'm all out of shape. Let's see. Happy Saturday. Breaks. Giant slab rotation. 100 start deck. Popular live card shop. Yeah, so we sold a lot of those 100 start decks in the last 2 days, by the way. I don't know if you guys really noticed that, but we went from selling none of them to selling a huge chunk of them pretty fast. So that is a top seller now. Let's move over here. People are interested in those exclusive artworks that only come out of the 100 start deck. It's a weird product. You almost have to be educated on it. This will say Saturday daytime stream. Strem. There it is. So remember, there's no Sunday stream. I used to do Sunday streams for about 6 years. I worked 7 days a week. It was really tough. And now I get a whole day off. It's madness. It's absolute madness. All right. So we will go ahead and throw all these away. Karis is doing some paperwork for me. Let's see. While she is waiting for me to get back from streaming. Video cannot be monetized. Wow. YouTube's like going backwards on videos I made on my other channel, The Gameconomist, from like 10 years ago. Dark Souls 3 PvP, that was like 10 years ago. And they're saying now you can't use that music. That's weird, man. Crazy. All right. That's all good. We got a little Walmart email. We'll throw that away. Anything else? New? What's this? Jack Woodworth said the shipping did update. Sorry about that. Oh, perfect, man. All right. Oh, hold on. Let me respond to this guy. I printed the label. Do I go to UPS to send it to USPS or FedEx? It's a USPS label. So you just put it in your mailbox and put the flag up. All right. Hope that helps. You can also drop it off directly at the post office. Do not give it to UPS or FedEx because they won't do anything with it. All right. It's kind of funny. Splashbirder, he knows how to do crypto, but he doesn't know how to ship something in the mail. It's a very modern thing, isn't it? All right. What's this? We got a Joseph Anthony Vargas order from 21 hours ago. Not sure if my bag expired. Can I get 3 Poke Shuffle, 2 Mega Dream, 1 Poke Gem? So I'm going to mark that unread. Okay. And then I'd like 100 emails from Microsoft. I was in password hell, dude. Password hell. That's because I was trying to get back into my old EA account because I'm trying to play Mass Effect 3 multiplayer. Did you guys play that when you were younger? That's like a 12-year-old or 14-year-old game now. Mass Effect 3 multiplayer. Who played it? Did anyone here play it? I played the heck out of it. And that was when I started my Gameconomist YouTube channel. Was like 12 or 14 years ago, something like that. Long time ago. I used to post informative stuff on a website called Game FAQs. You might remember that. I used to post guides over there about some of the things I learned. And eventually my friends convinced me I should make videos demonstrating what I'm talking about. That's how it all got started. It was Mass Effect 3. All right, we're listening to a little Pokemon music, but we're going to go ahead and slow that down to the normal speed now. There we go. We'll reset this, and we'll turn this down a bit. Welcome, guys. Welcome to the weekend stream. According to this, by the way, we have 4 orders in queue at PSA. Can you believe that? 4 orders in queue at PSA. PSA is slow. They are slow as heck. How's our subscribe count doing? We're creeping up toward 101,000. It's real slow. Real slow. Probably my fault. Let's go ahead and post the website over here. Okay, we're going to put the... oh, look at those 7 likes. You guys are too generous. Thank you very much, guys. Appreciate all the likes. I think likes are important. I think they affect how people find us while we're live. So if you want the audience to be bigger and more fun, smash that like button. If you want to help us out, smash that like button. All right. Let's hit refresh on this. I'm going to take a look. I'm kind of in a mode right now where I'm wondering what to buy next for you guys for product. So I'm kind of open-ended on buying stuff. It feels kind of like it's a time period where I should go back and buy some of the popular Scarlet Violet slabs and get those up on the table as breaks. So that's kind of how it feels right now. That kind of describes how I feel. Okay, let's see. Here's my supplier. He has a price for the new Pokemon card game. Mega Munich 0 and One Piece card game, Japanese version, anniversary set. Looks like it comes with some promos or something. All right. And what is this? This guy is Korean and he has a specialty deal on Night Wanderer, Crimson Haze, Cyber Judge, and Wild Force. All right. All right. Yeah, I don't really know. I bought some Ascended Heroes finally. I feel like I overpaid for them, to be honest. I mean, they're just absurdly expensive. So, but then again, it's one of the best Pokemon card sets so far. I mean, it's a great set. Gengar's in there. I think Golden Charizard's going to be in there. So Gengar, Charizard, that's a good combination. All right. I haven't read your comments yet. I'm going to turn on the iPad now. Let's get these comments opened. Okay. Let's see what you guys are saying. Thanks for piling in, everybody. We'll adjust the camera and all. So we got Aovic. We got Riga Rockstar. Hey, J-Dog. We got Jack Woodworth. Disregard my emails. Here's Mike's side. He's got the Toto Police. Here's Everyone Leave a Like. Alex. Tyler Omistra. I love that game. It's been a while, though. Background music brings back memories. Oh, the Pokemon music. It's my birthday, and I drank a little. What? I like to cuss. What's your favorite word? All right, we'll put this over here. Oh, I'm going to wrap my leg under my butt. It's my favorite move over here. Ba-doop. Oh, that looks much better, doesn't it? I should have done that at the start. So let's get my water open. I went on a lovely walk. We took our cat for a walk. We're such a childless millennial couple. It was crazy adorable, though. So the backpack that she goes into, it has like a little hook for a harness. So Karis finally bought the harness. You put the harness on the cat. She didn't mind. And then you hook her to the harness. And then you can open the backpack. And the cat can like hang out of the backpack. It's adorable, dude. So cute. All right, so let's get started with the oldest order, shall we? Probably this Joseph Anthony Vargas order. He says, what's up, man? Not sure if my bag expired, but can I get 3 Poke Shuffles, 2 Mega Dreams, and 1 Poke Gem? So in case he needs to find this video, oh, we need some more energy cards. We really blast through energy cards now. You guys notice that? We just go through them. Energy cards don't last very long with us anymore. My cats won't go outside if I let them. Shake my head, super lazy. This cat's crazy rambunctious, man. She's got like a hunter kill drive in her. She plays like, I want to say like 12 hours a day. She doesn't sleep. She doesn't even cuddle that much. She just wants to play the whole time. Look, she accidentally clawed me. My whole thumb's swollen there. It sucks, dude. Yeah, she clawed me pretty bad. She was trying to climb out, but you can't really climb out because she's plugged into the harness. And I was trying to get her. I was trying to catch her because she was just going to get, you know, she was just going to be hanging there by the harness. And she accidentally let her claws into my thumb. It's pretty painful. She's still figuring it out. She had a lot of fun. It was really obvious. She was very excited. Okay, so now we've got some energy cards. I'm going to say Joseph Anthony Vargas. Set that right there. Now, 3 Poke Shuffles, 2 Mega Dream, 1 Poke Gem 2. Okay. Oops, tossing that. Grabbing one of these. Welcome to the Saturday evening stream. There we go. We might let the stream run till 8 and then wrap it up there. And then I'm going to go play some more games. What about you guys? What are you guys doing today? We are. Peeling this off here. Peeling this off here. Grabbing 2 of these. Oh. You know, Ascended Heroes isn't for a while, man. It doesn't come out till like the 30th. That's like 3 weeks from now. It's a while, man. It's almost a month. It's not a full month, but like 2/3 of a month. So, and then he wants a pack of Poke Gem 2. That should be right over here. We forget about Gem 2. You know, Gem 2 is cool. Mr. Play, Don't You Forget About Me by Simple Minds. Don't you forget about me. Like that. Probably play a bit of League of Legends and modded Terraria. Hi, everyone. I play Terraria. Now, Karis and I were playing Terraria. It was pretty fun. Here we are. All right. I feel like I've had enough of it for another 10 years, though. You know, like I don't think it's one of those games you can play over and over and over and over and over again. It's nice playing Mass Effect, though. You know, I haven't played that for 14 years. So, Andromeda was such a letdown. Andromeda, it was supposed to be good. And then it came out, and it was just, like, super stinky, dude. Everything about the game stunk. The animation style was poor quality. They gave up on... They stopped using the Unreal Engine, which is the superior gaming engine. And they went with something like, I don't remember, Cryo or something like that. I don't remember the name of it. But I remember they swapped engines, game engines. And you could tell immediately. I was like, this isn't Mass Effect. Some other game. I enjoyed Mass Effect 3, honestly. Here it is. Well, if you didn't play the multiplayer is what I actually enjoy. The multiplayer is very enjoyable. You should play Anthem, Mister. They're closing servers next week. Really? They're closing the Anthem servers. Wow, that game was such a... They wanted to be like a Destiny competitor. Let's see. Anthem servers closing. Yes, Electronic Arts is shutting down the servers for the online game Anthem, after which the game will become completely unplayable as it was designed as a live service title with no offline mode. Players have been saying their goodbyes as the final shutdown approaches, with premium currency sales ending earlier in 2025 and the game leaving subscription services like EA Play in mid-2025. I wonder if gamers could ever reverse a decision like that. Like, imagine everyone got on at the same time onto Anthem, thousands of players, and everyone just started buying like their, you know, in-game currency or whatever dumb microtransaction, and then it just like they're like, all right, we're gonna keep it going. That's what I did. I also played a lot of Halo Reach back in the day, too. Best game series I ever played was the Walking Dead series. Oh, the Telltale games. I mean, until you realize none of your choices matter. All right, so he's pulled a Badoo, but he still needs 3 Poke Shuffles. You got it. They had the N7 skin in it, really? Yeah, so Anthem was sort of like... supposed to be based on a similar idea to Mass Effect 3 multiplayer, if you didn't know that. Same with the other game, what was it? So the other game, Andromeda. They both had the idea of having a multiplayer, right? Because Mass Effect 3, the CEO came out and said Mass Effect 3 was a huge moneymaker, but not because of the single-player mode. It was the multiplayer mode. It was a microtransaction game, and it was so fun. It generated loads of money for BioShock. For BioWare. They made tons and tons of money in microtransactions because Mass Effect 3 multiplayer was so good. And so after that decision, they said, okay, all of our games are going to have this now. We're going to have this in Dragon Age Inquisition. We're going to have this in Andromeda. we're going to make a game called Anthem where it's basically just a multiplayer, and they all failed. And we could probably analyze why it failed. But I do vaguely remember around the time period, one of the reasons, maybe not the main reason, maybe the game just wasn't fun, but one of the main reasons I feel like the game was struggling was I felt like people weren't getting behind it because of the cultural feeling of the game being maybe too far left. Even all the way back then, people were talking about how they don't want their games to feel too feminized or too like politicized or too, you know, they just want a cool game. Doom does it really well. Doom just makes games where you shoot stuff and blow stuff up and it's nice and gory and fun. And BioWare had like this commitment to maybe like political, social ideas. And so they interwove it into all their games. And they got really stinky about it around the time of Andromeda. Really stinky. Like, for example, when you chose your base character, they wouldn't allow your base character to be a white character because their theory was that there's no more white people in the future. And it's like, bro, what? Like, all right. And there was a lot of stuff like that interwoven into the game. So that was that gives you the gist of it, the jizz of it. But it was just bad gameplay too. Like, it just wasn't that fun. The new gameplay engine was terrible. And Andromeda was made by like their B team, not their A team. So it was obvious they lacked the skill. But people were looking into who made the game too and going, why'd they hire this person? This person didn't have like any skill. They were just really strong social justice warriors. There we go, social justice warriors. And that was the theory, is that they were just elected to get the job based off of their political ideas, not off of what they were making. And there was a lot of conversations about that back then. Here we are. People were, and we're still talking about it today because it's still a thing that happens in video games. No, my slab's tipped over. How many spots taken up on that, Sylvia? I'm sorry if you answered me earlier. Hey, what's up, Faith Vibes? We got this beautiful Sylveon break. It is 3 out of 7. This is a fractional star spot. Basically, you'll get 3 out of 4 spots. Shame, I like the story and music. I need to play Mass Effect eventually. How many spots taken on that Sylveon? Amazon's doing a TV show. Hey, everyone, happy Saturday. This is Daniel Barry Sports Highlights. Hey, what's up, man? Michael Pettiford is next. He says, 1 Japanese PRB, 2, and a KU Harry Potter. What? Somebody's trying the KU Harry Potter? Harry Potter? Here it is. Oi, bruv. Aha. There it is. Production starts late 26. They're making a Mass Effect TV show. Is that what you're saying? I mean, I think it would make a fantastic movie or TV show if they could do it right, which they won't. It probably will be stinky, just like the Halo TV show, just like any TV show. They need like a George Lucas to come around and make it cool, but they don't have that. Master's giving Dobby a suck. Harry Potter, Dobby's pregnant. Here's, whoa. All right. Okay. And Argus Filch. All right. Very nice. The Borderlands movie was a massive flop. Yeah, they keep trying to make movies out of video games. It keeps flopping. Have there been any really good ones? I think the Minecraft movie, even though it was like weird and didn't make me feel like I was watching Minecraft, I think it was a commercial success. Also, the Mario movie was a commercial success. But you know, when I look back on the Mario movie, it was pretty dry. I don't remember anything about it. And so what that tells me is that, sure, they were super safe with it, but it didn't have a story worth remembering. Like, what was the moral of the story? I don't remember there being... Actually, I remember being surprised learning that the Mario brothers have, like, aunts and uncles. I was like, what the fuck? Okay, Michael Pettiford. Let me grab this for you, Michael. They're making a Zelda movie now. God, I hope they don't screw it up. All right. Fallout on Amazon is amazing. The 90s Mario movie is the best. Here we go. Michael Pettiford. Mr. Michael. Ugh. We got all these slabs up here on the table. We're in the middle of a rotation now. That means the All Slabs channel is empty. And we're going to start putting brand new pictures in there. Mario, and Luigi Mario. Mysterious white flare in stock. English white flare is in stock. How do you like that? It is in stock. Michael Pettiford then says, one Japanese PRB2. Okay. Mr. Michael, if you so please. I love Zelle orders, guys. Learn how to use Zelle. If you're currently using PayPal, swap to Zelle. I like Zelle a lot better. Zelle charges me no fees. PayPal charges the highest fees of any processing center. Did you know that? So PayPal charges more fees than anyone else. It's really high. It's like almost 4%. Zelle, zero fees. Zero, because it's bank to bank. That's why. It's owned by the banks, and they don't want you to use PayPal. The banks don't like PayPal because PayPal charges the banks fees. Did you know that? So the bank said, fine, we'll make our own app. And it's called Zelle. So if your bank has Zelle, I would love it if you learned how to use it. We need to host some Zelle exclusive giveaways. I've been saying that for a while. I need to do it already. Yeah, we're doing it. This is the Zelle giveaway right here. This Jolteon is the Zelle giveaway. So Michael Pettiford, he used Zelle. He's going on the Jolteon Zelle giveaway. To get a spot on here, you just have to place an order from your Zelle account. That's all you have to do. Zelle guys get bonuses. Only in the U.S., I think. Yeah, unfortunately, it's only in the U.S. It's a U.S. only thing. We are. But you know, it's crazy. Even Cash App and Venmo are nicer than PayPal, right? So Cash App and Venmo are both lower in fees than PayPal. PayPal takes the very highest cut. And I don't know why it's that way. It's very crappy. A lot of people like PayPal. It's a popular platform. But we receive a lot of orders through Cash App and Venmo too now. But nothing beats Zelle. Zelle is the best. So from now on, Zelle giveaway. All right. So what do we got next? My bank only does sell within Kessler. Within Kessler? I don't know what that means. If you're going to be a big card buyer over time, probably best to open a bank account that has access to Zelle, because then you're able to transact with no platform fees. I mean, that's pretty serious. Excuse me. When you do a wire transfer, there's fees. Did you know that? So if I told you send me a wire bank into my bank account, even that comes with fees. Zelle's the only one. It has no fees. Amazing. It's so good. So here's South Park. Here's Mario. Okay, I get it. So this guy's slated to become a giveaway. I get it now. That's why this card was over here. I understand this area now. Found a bunch of slabs not priced up, and I was like, what are these doing over here? We got Slitherwing. That's the new pack splits. Here's the Nido King. He's the king of Nidos. There's a little Boofy. Here's a little Ditto. Here's a little Eevee. It's a nice little Eevee. Okay, how about this Ditto Megamon? So this is an exclusive Ditto. Did you know that? Let's take a quick look at him. I want to see a little bit more into this character. Oh, I got to get Mike's Side paid today. You ready to get paid, Mike's Side? It's Mike's Side's payday. Mike's Side gets paid. He gets like money and stuff. Okay, so I just want to take a look at that. Take the sorting hat quiz live, mister. Yeah, you want me to? How does that work? All right, give me a second. All right, we'll grab this. Okay, we'll hit refresh over here. Mike's Side needs funds for the island home. Yes. Why is this being so bad? Oh my God, stop. So terrible. Ooh, I wonder if CS Man got his Pokemon card. I bet he did. All right, this shall say boop, 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 boop. Okay. All right. Okay. Pop that in there. Jump to present. Give him some side money for the tortas. We are. I deserve an LA 10. Thank you so much. So 5 hours ago, we got an order from Ivan Rodriguez for a Tammy gift. I hope Mr. Ivan is all right with all that stuff. He said he was having a little trouble with his account. I hope that's not a problem. All right, so let's do that real fast. Same ship, different day. Meow, 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 meow. I've given away a couple more slabs. I don't remember what they were worth. One was 30 and the other was probably like 20. So I'm up to 110 myself. Ivan Rodriguez. 18. Okay. What do you guys think of this Ditto? Pretty slick, right? That's a Ditto Pikachu. What's it actually called? It's just called Ditto, huh? Every Pokemon on the card is Ditto. Pretty neat. Meow, 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 meow. Meow, meow, meow. This is that Team Rocket music, right? No, this isn't Team Rocket music. This is cave music, isn't it? Meow. I can't remember. Yeah, this is like mystery dungeon cave type music. I was just thinking, I don't think we got enough breaks. If we could just have like 5 more breaks, that'd be perfect. Let's get a little Ditto break going on. I bet you guys have not collected this yet. What is this? Ditto Meta Mong. All right. So here's the great news about this card is he's gotten quite a bit cheaper over time. Okay. Looks like we're going to do a total of 7 spots. Now, if you don't own this exclusive Ditto card, you can go after it. I can't wait for today to be over. 4 days off and maybe an overtime day. There we go. We'll call this the Ditto break. All right. That's cool. Bouffalant. Bouffalant going to my side. With this tipped over pile of slabs. Look at all these pretty slabs. Take a second. We have 48 viewers. Take a second and smash that like button for me, will you guys? Let's get that like button going. All right, cool, man. Jimmy Therese is here. He says, hello, mister. Can I use my bag for a trade spot? Ooh, you went into the trade break. Okay, so Jimmy with the J-I. Where would I be hiding you? Over here? These are Korean cards. These are some magic cards. Monkey Dory. Here's a Gardevoir, I guess. So you'd like to trade this in for a trade spot. I accept the trade. We are. That reminds me, we got to keep working on that other thing, don't we? Don't I have like a baggie that says like trade loot or something? I thought I did that. Nope, apparently I don't. All right, so we will just grab this. Mister, any scammers, frauders lately? Not really. I just want to say I had a great 2025. The only person who gave me trouble was the one supplier who still has not given me the final piece of my shipment. And man, that guy's a piece of crap. How can he do that, man? Wow, he keeps saying he's going to ship it. All right. This is going to say trade stuff. All right. He shipped me half the stuff so far. He owes me the other half. And it's like, bro. Other than that, I haven't had any other problems for 2025. It's very nice. It's been a very nice year, actually. Yeah, 2025 was good. So here's that binder break. Look at this binder break. So we got a lot of cards in there now. Okay. Pikachu. Oh, man, there's so much stuff. I feel like the fact that people are maybe have not purchased a spot in here, that maybe I need to make it sweeter still, makes me feel like I'd rather just go grade all this. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'd rather grade some of these. Because this is enough stuff that I could just grade this and sell it on the table graded. There's Fungus, some Kirby characters. It's an interesting Fire Energy, Torchic, Onyx, Tentacruel, Kyogre. Yeah, like some of this is clearly gradable. Victini and Polion looks nice. Wow. That's a huge bag now. All right. I think people are more interested in the graded stuff that's already graded. There it is. All right. Pop this back over there. So that's the binder break. And we stopped hosting those the other day, and I wasn't sure why. Oh, we need to put him in the tray, don't we? Jimmy Torres, don't worry. Sorry about that. Kind of got distracted there. Here you go, Mr. Jimmy. Jimmy's going in here. You can buy straight into the trade break, or you can give up cards you don't want to get in there. Pretty cool. All right. So I think a lot went on in the news this week. You know, there's a lot of stuff that happened, from the capture of Maduro, the shooting in Minneapolis, and the changing of the food groups and all this other stuff. There's just so much stuff that went on this week. What's been on your guys' mind? What's the big story on your mind? Anything in particular? We are. Ivan Rodriguez done. Beatrice Moniz. Can I please get a spot on the Sylveon slab break? So it is my theory that this is about to go off. If you're looking to hop into any nice breaks right now, it's going to be this Sylveon, it looks like. Moniz. Thanks, Beatrice. Release the files. Law joking. I keep seeing that. You know, they haven't talked about that as much now. There it is. I think that there's a general feeling like if there's more stuff, it's not going to get released. But I think also, so they either believe that it's going to be redacted or hidden, or just not released, or maybe it all has been released and there just wasn't a smoking gun necessarily, you know, one or the other. And so I think people are maybe moving on somewhat mentally from that. Here it is. I still can't believe it's not butter. What? It's not butter. All right, very good. Man, that's an old product. It's just margarine. All right, we have an order from Dennis Lee from 21 hours ago. Dennis Lee, please share my package upon your next availability. Oh, that's such a nice way to say it. Dennis Lee, please ship my package. Okay, here's a Dennis Lee bag. Anything else? I'm getting more ads than ever. Ree! I'm sorry. Here's Drew. Here's Dennis. Here's Drew. Here's Dylan. Freaking ads, dude. You know, I'm scared to turn the ads off. You know that, Arturo? Because why would YouTube want to advertise a video that it itself cannot make any money on? It wouldn't. It'd say, I don't want that one. That's an expired bag. And here's an expired bag from Dennis Perales. There we go. Trump wants Greenland. Right, that's another news story. Trump wanting Greenland, super bad. We have to have it. Lots of stories this week. Lots to digest, lots to think about. Here we are. All right. Dooby-dooby-dooby-doo. Ooh, turn this down a little bit. You know, that Pokemon music is all battle music. Battle music never really fit the channel that well, in my opinion. All right, you guys want me to bring the camera with me out into the family room when I'm done, and we'll play some Mass Effect together? Karis and I have thought about making a gaming channel together, just something casual. All right, Dennis Lee. Okay, we've never shipped Mr. Dennis before, so let me go ahead and grab his lovely address here. There we go. 7x4x4. And we're going to hit accept on this. All right. Greenland has snow. Iceland has grass. I think they messed the names up. Yeah, people make that joke. All right, so now we're just waiting for USPS to calculate the price of this label. Or should I say stamps? Freaking stamps. Let's see what got abandoned real fast. All right, so these got abandoned. 724, that's pretty old. Leave 2-3 year Dagestan, forget. Okay. Guys, the Dagestan joke when your son's a little too fruity. Here's Frigibacks. All right, there we have it. Nothing too wild. That was from back when we had UFC on the menu. Do you guys want UFC on the menu again? I could expand sports finally. I don't do a lot of sports. Honestly, I feel like we get plenty of sales without sports. So the need to expand to new products that maybe people don't want to watch get opened. Maybe it's not necessary. I've done it before, though. I should be paying off my box after my sister goes to Disneyland. Let's get a Dagestan break going. 2-3 year Dagestan forget. All right. Dennis is on his way. Thank you, Dennis Lee. That's the end of the Dennis order. The order of Dennis's. That was from the website. The website's real popular, man. Okay, let's get a group of cards to reprice and get off the table. That's our new job, okay? Here's Absol. He's got a dot next to him. That's the bounty. So you want to get as many chase cards as you can so you can be in this bounty drawing at the end of the month. Somebody gets both of these lovely poker cards, and it's for free. And you're entered into the bounty based off of if you got lucky or not when you open stuff. Here's some cool stuff. All right, so first of all, this guy's just going to go in the M box. And we're doing our rotation. So this is Enz Zorua. He's gone. Nessa's gone. There's a nice Nessa. Take a last look. She's gone. Okay. This is Megalatios. And they're gone. All right, make a little room. Dark Ariados. Ah, yes, this is correct. So this is an A box. Oh, this is an 8.5, though. He goes in here. Okay. Oh, Ivan sent $18 donation for Tammy. What was that, by the way? I forgot about that. We processed that, but I didn't actually give it to her. I wrote down that he made the donation. Here it is. He bought her this Dragonair. There it is. He's going to ask about that. We're going to say to Tammy. From Ivan. How nice. Okay. Mister, any chance you will make and sell merchandise on the website, Sneap shirt or something for the community? You know, I should. I never really liked selling clothing or anything like that, but I really probably ought to work on that. I wish I had somebody who liked to make merchandise to just kind of help design it and produce it and then just tell me, like, bill me. Like, just give me a bill. Say, okay, it's going to cost this much. This is the new ZELLE break. Basically, if you're paying with the ZELLE, when you make a purchase through ZELLE, I put you on here. I do not work for ZELLE. ZELLE does not pay me to do that. It's just that ZELLE has the lowest fees of any paying platform. So I really like getting payments from ZELLE. Full Torbs a 9. Okay. TCC Colt hoodie. 43 months subbing towards Mistress Greenland purchase. Yeah, I mean, we got to save up. Greenland's going to cost a little bit of money to move to. after it becomes part of the U.S. and I decide we need to get a house in Greenland. That'd be cool, though. Let's see. I think it'd be a bit cold. I'd probably be too cold. I'd be like, nah, they can have it. All right. Freezing cold. Look at that, the Dene. So my bet on the Dene is that it's not gotten cheaper. That's my bet. Let's move these around a little bit. Kangaskhan. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so we have a round here. Good. Time to look into their prices, right? So they didn't sell the first time that they were on the table. That one's good. This one, we're going to lower. Dooba-dooby. Shipping sounds fun. There. Oh, it's so cheap. Only takes 2 weeks for your product to arrive. Only takes 3 weeks. 3 weeks if it snows. There it goes. Okay, so that's 35. And now we put a second dot down to show it's rotated twice. ZELLE BV Max. He's a nice card. But he's going to go from 105 to 100. Second dot. The Dene's not going to have any changes. He's really nice. But he received his first dot. What is this? This is an 8.5 Dragonite. He goes in the 9 box. Okay, he doesn't belong up here. For alligator, ooh. He's $28. He could technically go down to 25. I don't feel like I should do that. He's from 2024 Terra Festival, huh? I like his current price at 28. I think that's just right. 28 feels like the exact correct price for that card. It really does. And then Kangaskhan from the Classic Collection. Let's just see if that's not underpriced. It feels like it could be easily higher than that. Okay, we're going to check over here. PSA 10 Kangaskhan Classic Japanese. What do we get? Doobie doobie doobie. Mister, do you have a Fossil Dragonite Cosmos foil? Cosmos foil? What does that mean? Cosmos foil? You mean the original one? Like just the standard one? What do you mean Cosmos foil? Yeah, so $30 is actually underpriced on this card. This card is a full $40. He was not supposed to be 30. He was underpriced. Okay, it's a beautiful card, and we're going to put his first dot on him. There it goes. All right. We are in the process of the rotation. Very cool. You're seeing a reanalysis of the price of the cards and if we want to lower them or raise them. The 1999, 2000 holo. So they did like a reprint. Is that like an unlimited one? No, I don't own one of those. The I guess a Dragonite with a cosmic holo. Haha, Greenland purchase. Nice. APT, did Mr. Process my Sylveon spot? I don't think I've done that yet. All right, but let's see who's next, actually. So Tyler Davis, ship me coins. Don't think I have a bag. Same address. All right, Tyler Davis. He's got a bunch of coins. They're very nice. Tyler Davis. We're going to up the weight because I know it's going to be slightly heavier. Trying to see if it's more rare than the no holo Dark Dragonite. Oh, the Cosmic Foil Dragonite. Well, that's an interesting thought. All right, so we're just waiting for this to update now. Who's after Tyler? We have an order from Beatrice Moniz. Can I get a spot in the Diddle Slab break? Yes, we have a new break on the table that we started just for Saturday. It's the Saturday break. B. Moniz. All right. That'll be over here. So these are the two breaks that are moving. This guy's on a roll. He's at 4 out of 7. And this guy is the Metamong Ditto. It's a Ditto exclusive. So that's pretty cool, huh? So he's up to 1 out of 7 now. Thank you. Now we have an order from NHCC. Jump me in the Sylveon. All right, Sylveon. I love our breaks. I've seen people open a lot of booster packs over the years. Sometimes people, they spend $30 on a booster pack, and even after the channel opens like a whole box of something, nobody gets anything. In a break, some people do miss the hit, but at least one person really does walk away with something valuable. Already graded 10, a lovely card. That's why they're so good, because somebody definitely gets something. Mr. Morgan D. John, Sylveon break, and 2 Poke Shuffles. All right, Morgan D. John. How's it going, Mr. Morgan? Two Poke Shuffles as well. So let's see, that was 2 spots, right? So now we're up to 5 and 6. 2 Poke Shuffles. Let's get it. I can't find the Cosmos Fossil Dragonite anywhere, but I think it's probably still not known. Did I do this right? Yeah, I did. Okay. Hello, my friend. Hope you're doing well. It says Frank Poppy. Hey, what's up, Mr. Frank? Frankie. All right, so we got 1, 2. 2 Poke Shuffles. Poke Shuffles, very popular. 2 cold ones. I'm sorry. That's 2 cold Poke Shuffles. Pull the Celebi back up front. So we're looking at all this right here, right? Does any of this deserve to go into the Poke Shuffles, do you think? I like him. He could go in for 25, but I don't know if somebody would take him if they pulled him. I'd rather put him in for 30, to be honest. He's so nice looking. So there we go. I'm going to let those sit for just another minute, and then we'll do another round. Here's Javier. 1 spot of Sylveon. Sylveon's done. Don't try to jump in. Sylveon is done. Here you go, Mr. Javier. I've been feeling joint pain, and I need to chill on work to regain my strength. You got joint pain? Sorry to hear that. Yes. You got to let your weed joints take a break. There we go. There we go. Oops. There we go. All right, let's count these up, guys. Let's count these up. Clean the table. Yes, we're cleaning the table. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Haha, we got exactly 7. No craziness this time, huh? Remember the other day? So that is it for you, Sylveon. Sylveon now belongs to somebody else. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We'll grab 7 of those. Scooby doopy 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 doo 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 doo. Oops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, so those are loaded. Everyone gets a Pokemon card. Those are the rules. That's what makes it a booster pack, I suppose. Hey, did you guys see this? We have a fresh jumbo pack break. The other one finished yesterday, so we immediately made a new one. I was on top of it. I was fast. Did you see this? We've got this 100 start break. That's pretty fun. We got Naruto. Lots of stuff to choose between. Here we are. People went pretty deep, I feel, on Saturday. Here, let's create a special star spot. Did I say Saturday? Friday. Friday. So this particular Sylveon only hands out 3 out of 4 of a star spot, okay? Just how it is. All right. Good luck, you guys. Somebody pull Sylveon. If you're just a spectator, what's it like to spectate these breaks? Is it fun to spectate it? It's got to be a little bit fun, right? Oops. All right, all right, all right. I bought a few of them, Selby. All right, give me a number. Will you bid on the Logan Paul Pichu? Yeah, I already bid it up to 4 million. Easy. I just have that much money laying around. Do, 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 do. 6. You got it today. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. And now we shuffle these bad boys up. Joint pain. Joint pain. I've been feeling fat guy Titus pain. It is. All right, all right, all right, all right, all right, all right. Okay, give me a number. Oh yeah, the doctor updated me on that whole like trying out that weight loss. What the hell? The camera's like zooming in 500 times. Why is it doing that? How do you stop it from doing that? It's doing it too much. All right, so Tize said, oh, we already did that. Troy says 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, you know, I was going to try out like one of those weight loss drugs, and the doctor contacted me and told me that I was not eligible to have my insurance cover it. So she wants me to pay like $1,000 a month for it. Whew. Oops, I'm sorry, I knocked this over. Okay, so here's Javier, Mr. Javier. Boop. And all I could think is like, well, why can't insurance cover it? And she's like, well, the insurance says you have to be like ill. You can't just be fat. You have to be sick, guys. So you're not allowed to just be fat. Oh, look at that. NHCC, you're going to pick up the 3-spot star card. Congratulations. Boop. And now here's Morgan D. John. Sorry, Morgan. So I have to be suffering from a serious disease to be able to get on a weight loss drug where the insurance company pays for it. And all I could think is like, why do I pay for insurance? Just give me my money back so I can go buy the drug, you know? Sorry, we can't help you battle being overweight until it's almost killed you. That's what I was thinking. Christine, hey. I kind of get it, though. The insurance company doesn't want people to just lose weight on those drugs for cosmetic reasons, perhaps. But it's like, you know, I'm fat, dude. How fat do you got to be? We are. So I was thinking, I was like, I guess I got to get up with my doctor and have them find something wrong with me. I don't know. There we go. I snore. I want the drug now. I was told the same thing. It's kind of crazy. Yeah. Sorry, you're too healthy. Come back when you're almost dead. Then we'll help you lose weight. That's fine, but then why do I pay insurance? Like, just give me my insurance money back so I can go buy this thing. You know what I mean? That's what I was thinking. I think a lot of Americans have the same feeling about insurance, that it's a scam. Yeah, the one guy went to jail for shooting the CEO of the insurance company. I really don't agree with that, just assassinating the guy. I don't think it solves anything. But, you know, something really ought to be done, meaning that we should change the laws. The laws should be changed. And you've heard Bernie Sanders fight over it. You've heard Trump say things, too. Trump has said, did you guys hear what he said? Trump said he wanted to just give the American people straight up cash. He says, let's just give Americans cash for healthcare. That was his idea. He said, let's not do Obamacare. We'll just give Americans like a healthcare savings account. Here we go. Christine Andrews. Look at that, man. That's PDX. You know, he doesn't normally jump in these. Mr. PDX does not normally jump in these breaks. Okay. NHCC, this is $10 for spot number 4. If you buy it out, I'll put this into the current star break. That's $10. Of course, anyone can buy out that last spot. You could buy it or somebody else can buy it. It's spot number 4 and it costs $10. It will then be immediately placed into the star break. If no one buys it, it won't be placed into the star break until it sells. So here's Christine Andrews. Ooh. Uncle Trump should tackle insurance rates next. I think if he figured that stuff out, a lot of people would be pretty happy with it, you know? But it's a tricky thing, you know? Like, what is actually the solution? It's hard to say. There we go. Thank you so much. So Javier Arroyo also ordered 1 live custom and 1 prismatic evolutions. Have no fear. We're going to take care of the rest of that order now. 58 of us. Like the video, everyone. There's 59. All right, 1 live custom. You got it. 1 live custom. Is autism eligible? Maybe if you're a health facility in Minneapolis or Minnesota. I'm sorry, Minnesota 1, 2, 3. Minneapolis. There you go. All right. Oh, doing well. Alone Executor. All right, let's go take a quick look at it. Okay. You know, I'll do it right after this order. I'm going to make a rule change to the way our breaks work. So the way the rules will change, I used to tout that it was a 90% reroll. I think in order to make it way less complicated, the way it will work is you'll be able to re-roll the card for one less spot of what it's worth. So for example, in the Poke Shuffle, if you have like a $50 card, which would be like, 5 times 10, 10 spots, the re-roll will be 9. In the live customs, well, is that still good? Let me think about it. That means re-rolls in... Does that mean re-rolls in the Poke Shuffle are better than? I don't know, dude. I don't like the leftover money. That's what I don't like. I don't like the leftover money when re-rolling in the live customs. I got to figure that out. All right. Makes it complicated. Let's just see. We're going to go find your loan executor. Maybe we just stick to 90. 90 is really easy to understand for the customer. Ooh, is it this one? That's cool. Look at that. So that's pristine loan executor. That's got to be it, right? Because I don't think I have any others of those. I'm just checking. All right, I believe that is it. Let's toss this back up here. So now you make a choice. Do you keep your pristine loan executor or do you re-roll? It is. Wow, that's a nice slab. So if you re-roll, what'll have to happen is you'll get 3 live customs opened, but you'll also have like $15 of store credit left, and it can only be used in doing rolls. I'm going to keep it. All right, sounds good. Not bad. That's the tricky part, is I don't know how to do that last part. I guess it's just store credit. Boop. All right. Now, your prismatic. How about those Poke Shuffles and live customs, guys? They're pretty cool, aren't they? They're like a break, but you know the outcome instantly. Okay. What do we got? Here's Aromatisse and Snorlax. Snorlax is kind of cool. Here we go. Can anyone do the rolls? Yeah. It doesn't matter. So it doesn't matter who buys it. And if you don't like the slab you got, you're allowed to re-roll it. There's a couple items in the box that cannot be re-rolled. That tends to be like, if you get a specialty card where it's like, oh, you get 2 Waifu Shuffles now, those can't be re-rolled. Those are sort of like, they're like star spots is basically what they are. They're meant to push other things around so that they never get stuck. You know what I mean? Javier, because there's always something hot on the table. Sometimes people want product A, sometimes people want product B. Something's always hot. We take the hottest product and we use it to help the other products not get stuck in the mud. And, things change over time. People change opinions and they go, oh, I want a lot more product A. And then eventually they go, oh, I want product B now. So we just help everyone not get too stuck. We try to be very reasonable about it. How much are the rolls? You got 2 options, a $5 option and a $25 option. They work the same, except the $25 option has a higher hit ceiling. So you can get some crazier stuff out of it. Speaking of which, we should probably dump. Let's go dump a $400 card in there real fast. All right. Actually, this is a great... this one right here would probably be... Well, I don't know. It's pretty experimental, the Tora-Karutas. So the Tora-Karutas I notice on eBay are all really expensive. Oh, I found another eBay Cobra. So we put one of these up on the table and we listed it for $180. And that one's $250, but we can lower him down to $180 and offer him for sale as well. So we used to have another one of those. Let me check this real fast. Selling. Active. We're going to check for Cobra. Cobra Kai. Cobra. All right, there's no Cobras for sale on my eBay, so he is officially ready to be sold. There we go. And what you'll find with this is he's going to be cheaper. We're not going to list him for $250. I learned a lot more about One Piece, and I realize now that he's a really significantly smaller side character. So even though he's part of the story, he's not a huge part of the story. However, he's still worth something. He's a rare rainbow holographic collectible from 2002. What you're really looking at is true vintage One Piece cards, something a lot of people didn't even know existed. And I think as people discover it, you know, at a starting point of $180, a card like this has a lot of room to grow. Like you could kind of be pushy and say, hey, I've got one for sale. No one else does, but I want 280. And someone with deep pockets might come along and just say, yeah, okay, I'll buy it. So there it is, 180 Cobra. Set that up there real fast. So if I do roll on PayPal, do I just send 25 and tell you what I want in the message? Yeah, that's basically it. So if you're using PayPal and you're not using the website, you're just buying straight from PayPal, you just tell me in the PayPal message what it is you want, and I'll be told in an email what you got, okay? Pretty straightforward, not too complex. But I think what we were doing here, guys, is we're looking for a card that we're going to sell for $400. Let's find out what that is. Not these. We need a $400 card. And the reason for that is I think that the live customs are lacking a $400 card. That's why. Man, that's heavy. It's heavy when you have to reach really far. Wait, I've already looked at this box. That says 420. Let's take a quick look into this Squirtle. That's Vending Series Squirtle. He actually might be underpriced. So these vending cards have been kind of going up in price over time. Let's see, is that a 10? That's a 9. That's a 9. Where is he? What's his number? His number is 7. Vending Squirrel 7. Here's a CGC 10. Wow, you can't find them. So there's none for sale. And so I've been seeing that this is true with the vending cards. The vending cards have been going up by a lot. Vending cards have been going up by a lot. Whoa, I didn't know I had this. Venusaur Altart. Let's see about the Venusaur Altart real fast. PSA 10, 151, Venusaur 198. Okay. Venusaur 198 goes for about $300. I guess we could technically have this be the top pull, a $300 card, but it would be better if we had a $400 card, don't you think? I don't think anything in here. Ooh, maybe one of these. What are these Kingdros reach currently? Let me look this up real fast. Kingdros really neat. I don't think he's that expensive though. Big fan of these Kingdros though. Say okay, so Kingdros hitting around 230-ish. Did the kitty just push my door open? Somebody just pushed my door open. Ooh, this would be interesting. Shining Mew, that'd be interesting. Koro. That seems like a chase card, doesn't it? Yeah, Shining Koro might do well. How does it look? Yeah. All right. Nope, that's not going to work. Give me a second. I have a first edition Magikarp, PSA 10, lol, nothing special, but he's a Magikarp. You can't say that. You have to say that he is special. How does this one have a PSA 2 on it? It looks terrible. And then that one's in Japan. So, oh, it's trickier than it looks. When you look into it more, it's much trickier than you think it is. Oh, man. All right. So, no, we can't do this one. Well, what about this one right here? So, sorry, guys. Sorry I'm taking so long on this. I'm kind of working on this Mew now a little bit. You know, the Sylveon just finished, right? Okay. The Sylveon just finished. It looks like I might have paid around $300 for this at the time. I'm gonna place these back in here for a moment. I don't have a $400 card in mind. This should come out. These will go back in. So we're on the hunt for a $400 card for the live customs. In the meantime, we're going to get a sale on this card right here because we are going to go ahead and host this as a break. This is a cool break, don't you think? I think that's a cool one. I think it'd be popular. They are fiery yet peacefully protesting. Don't you dare say it's riots. Here we are, talking about Minnesota. I said Minneapolis again. What's wrong with me? Scooby-Doo, doo, 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 doo. Meow, 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 meow. The younger folks are out now. It's Saturday, and they're robbing a Target downtown. Ooh, I hear you. Okay. Yeah. Got to get some fresh Pokemons. I'd be hitting up the Pokemon card aisle. Gotta get me a Pikachu. So this one definitely costs a bit more. That's a Shining Mew. I suspect it could be a very popular break. I don't know if it will be yet. I'm going to call this the lightning break. You'll notice it's 13 spots. Sometimes we associate the lightning break with having very few spots, but this one should go pretty fast, so it's still going to be called the lightning break. So there's Shining Mew. He's going up there. And then, let me think about it. Yes, we still need a $400 card. That's right. Okay. Let me set this down here. All right. We found a $300 card. It was that Venusaur. I'm going to go ahead and take a picture of this right here. This looks great. Ammo, people, ammo. Let's see. By who? The Somalian people. Hey, mister, I sent you a Discord message. When you have time, can you check it out, says Michael? I'll go check it out. Happy Saturday. My city is currently being looted and robbed. Minnesota native. I hear you, man. Wait, you mean you don't want the government importing 200,000 people from Somalia into your backyard? What, are you a racist? You just must not like Somalians or something. Here we go. Let's see. Can't believe you're racist. Let's grab... Aha, the All Slabs channel. You will accept 250,000 people being imported from Somalia into your backyard. And if you complain about the billions of dollars of fraud, we will label you a bigot. So, here you are. That's kind of how it feels anyways, right? That's a bit of an exaggerated thought, but that is a little bit how it feels. Like, come on, dude. It's not unreasonable, is it? I'm not being unreasonable if I don't like that. You can't trick me into feeling like I'm being unreasonable on this subject. Because it's like, it's too big of a crime, you know? Like, if it was like one guy shot another guy or some situation like that, like a robbery, that's one deal. But billions of dollars? If not billions, at least hundreds of millions. And then it's like, I don't know. It brings into question, like, what is a country? What is a country? What even is it? What's the idea of it? We have a word called country. What does that mean? And it's like, I think it means living with your own kind, sort of. Living with your fellow compatriot. I want to know the guy next to me is an American. He doesn't necessarily have to be the same skin color, no. But he's an American. you know? And so if you just rush a whole town full of like 250 people, 250,000 people from another country, and it's done in like 5 years, it's like, what? How did my state become a foreign country? How did that happen so fast? And then you just sort of hope for the best. You're like, all right, well, this is an experiment. Let's do the experiment. It could end well. What if the experiment's beautiful? What if everyone's really productive? What if the country grows, our population expands, everyone, they're not doing science over there, but when you bring them over here, they do a bunch of science for some reason. The country just gets really wealthy because everyone's so hardworking. No. How about billions of dollars of fraud? How does that sound? What if I could interest you in billions of dollars of fraud? How does that sound? Sound good? Here's Mr. Michael. He says, hey, mister, I was wondering if my Topps first Pikachu was sent out to PSA. I didn't see it on the PSA submission, so I thought I would ask. So you're asking if Pikachu has been sent to PSA. Well, there's two ways to check. I'm trying to remember which Pikachu you're referring to. So you got a Pikachu, huh? It would probably be based off of when you pulled it and when the last submission went out. If you pulled it before the last submission went out, it should have gone. If you pulled it before, I'm sorry, I think I said that backwards. Yeah, if you pulled it before the submission went out, then it is out. If you pulled it after, then it's still waiting to go out in the new submission. But yeah, if it's not listed in there, I would just assume it's not out. I got it nice out here on the river. They come out here and, well, you know the rest. What? All right. So anyways, we're just rambling. I'm doing your crazy uncle at Thanksgiving dinner ramble. Let me go ahead and grab a new order from Mr. Carter. Carter, how's it going, man? 6 of the English white flares for Mr. Carter. Here it is. So we have a new break. This beautiful Shining Mew. Yeah, I don't really know what the solution to all that kind of stuff is. It's a big subject, isn't it? It's a big subject. You're really talking about making changes to the country that will change the country forever. And I think Republicans are feeling like they were left out of the decision making. There we go. They're saying, wait a second. I'm almost certain of that because that's probably why Trump got elected in the first place. He really did just run on one major message, and it was deportations. So he was like, yeah, I'm doing deportations. And then he won. And, you know, ironically, he won because black men and Latino men voted conservative. They voted for it. And I know why. It's because they understand it can't go on forever. The country cannot forever take on billions of dollars of foreign welfare problems. So it's like what happened in New York. New York, you had everybody going up in these hotels, and it turned out you needed billions of dollars for that. And there's homeless Democrat men and women living in the streets of New York going, wait, you have all this money to put these guys who just got here yesterday into a nice hotel with a nice food card, and they can complain that the food's not good enough. And I'm out here dying, doing fentanyl, dying on the streets, and you got no money for me. So even Democrats realized, wow, I come last. You know, you don't really care about me. And this was a very strong problem for the Democrat platform, I think. And so luckily, they've gone on to solve it. I don't think they have. I think they're just doubling down. I think they're just doubling down on the subject, ultimately. All right, there we go. Beautiful Drudagon. They haven't said, like, don't worry, we're going to place you first. They haven't done that. Ooh, look at that. Wow. I think there's actually a really strong vein of white savior complex in the Democrat Party. Because one of the things I notice in all the videos and the images I see, I don't know if it's just me seeing this. Maybe I happen to be a noticer. I notice things. I see patterns. There is an enormous amount of white women that are always in the front lines of these groups, the riders and all this. There's a ton of white women, dude. What's up with white women lately? That's Carter. Not to offend white ladies. Am I allowed to offend white ladies? I mean, my mom was white, so maybe it's legal. Are you allowed to do that? You allowed to criticize your own group? Dude, it's always like white ladies. What's up with that? What happened? There we go. All right. Very nice. So, you know, it's ironic that you would have black guys and Latino guys voting to the Republican Party. That's what happened. That was the big change. They voted to the right. And it's white ladies saying, sorry, guys, that money's not for you. That money's for the people who just got here yesterday. Okay, let's grab this. I give you permission, mister. Thank you, Mr. Arturo Perez. I really appreciate it, man. Am I still invited to the siesta? Or to the fiesta? Also, I was talking about the Epstein bestie part. I guess we'll never really know if Trump was in there or not. If they're lefties, hell yeah. I'm Latino who vote for Epstein bestie Trump, only because he was way better than Kamala, and I didn't fully agree on his immigration and deportation agenda. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, it wasn't, you know, it's not a single topic, right? It's not a single topic. And maybe you felt like there were other aspects of Kamala Harris that was a high-risk problem. You know, Mr. Carter's got a lot of hollows. If you ever want to trade, let me know, Mr. Carter. You can trade toward the trade slab. Carter Gortson. Number 3. All right. I think that the pattern's probably going to continue. That's my theory. I think dudes are going to continue to vote Republican. And that includes dudes of color. I don't think the Democrats want guys anymore. I think they're like, no, we don't like guys. Guys are the bad guys. Here's Gabriel Gallegos. One spot in the Sylveon. I'm so sorry, man. That one is over. You might be interested in getting into the Mew, though. Okay. All right. Well, you know, I really think Trump ought to have like a work visa situation going on that helps people who are already here, who are not, you know, who are productive and kind of settled in already. Just kind of stick around and then maybe at this point slow down any like open border situation. You know what I mean? That to me, that seems kind of common sense. And that's my thoughts on the subject is just be productive. Make the smartest move. What grade is the Mew? That Mew is a PSA 1. Hello, Mr. Cody. Hey, what's up, Miss Mary? Mary, quite contrary. Can I get in the lightning Mew break? Yes. Here it is. The extreme left will double down. Well, I can suffer so the poor illegal guy gets a better steak made. I don't know what you mean by that. Here it is. Beatrice Moniz. Yeah, there's it's very ideological, you know. What's going on is not practical. It's very ideological. I'm a very practical type, right? If you can't tell by the way I talk, I want to know, where does the money go? How's it being spent? Is it being spent well? Is it an investment? How do we get rich? How do we get successful? I'm very practical minded, you know. I don't care about any religiosity stuff. No putting money in the basket for Jesus. None of those tricks work on me. I just want to know we're not getting scammed, you know what I mean? So none of that stuff works on me. None of that language works on me. None of the guilting, none of that stuff ever works. Javier says, take my spot out of the jumbo card and apply it to my slab away. We can do that. Okay, give me a second. Poor jumbo card. That jumbo card, he was getting so close. Read my message. 6 shuffles with the credit. Yes, sir. We'll get you 6 shuffles with the credit. All right. So that goes into your slab away. It's a contentious subject, and people are very divided on it. I think it's a good idea to try to understand each other and why you might feel one way or another. But, you know, people mostly just want to mudsling. It's a very emotional topic. People get very mad about it. This. Boom. All right. It's a very emotional subject. Tossing that away. You're up to date. Your slab away has $85 left on it. Gabriel Gallegos, he said 6 of the pokey shuffles. Yes, sir. Just identify a Somalian, and you'll be able to criticize them all day. Oh, my gosh. I need a Leering Center ASAP. We gotta make some money. 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I had 2 spots, says Javier. You had 2 spots in there? All right, we'll grab the other spot as well, okay? Let's get this done first, and then we'll correct that. I didn't know you had 2 spots. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oof. Oof, that's a rough round. I'm sorry, Gabriel. No luck in the Pokey Shuffles this time. There we go. Removing them after they've contributed to the US would be a little wrong, in my opinion. Yeah, it's a tricky subject, you know. It's a tricky subject. There's an element of humanism to it, you know what I mean? It's like, well, yeah, you could just throw people out onto the street, say, get out of here. Or you'd be like, oh, right, whatever, right? You could be like, well, just work it out. So it's a you know, it's one of those subjects where many different opinions can be had. Toss this over here. Yeah, you could be really mean, you could be really nice. You could be somewhere in the middle of really mean and really nice. All right. So, by the way, this ticks up to 1. There's a lot of opinions on the subject, I'm sure. Here it is. Shannon Mew. How are you today, Mary? Dang, I never hit on the shuffle. Ah, you're probably 1 away. So let's get this other spot out of the jumbo card. The poor jumbo card. He thought he was going to finish real fast. Wow, there's only 2 people in the jumbo now. What the hell? People changed their mind on that one real fast. I think it was when the momentum was there, people got excited. And when the momentum slowed down, they said, oh, maybe not. Javier Arroyo going down to $45. $45 left on your slab away. So, we have an order now from Kilik. Mr. NHCC. I'll take the last star spot. All right, that's yours as well. Oops, my bad. So, NHCC, this heads right over into the star break. I think that's 2 spots and they're both yours. Oh, there's 3 spots in here now. So, guys, this spot in the Ancient Origins box break is 3 out of 6 spots complete. I'm not writing on the sleeve because we're going to reuse the sleeve, okay? We're going to reuse it. Do I still have one in the jumbo? CSman did, I think. Who else had one? NHCC and CSman. I think you withdrew yours to get into the Charizard, triggering the cascade of people going, wait! Just give me the jumbo card. I'll take care of it. You want it? I'll just give it to him. He'll take care of it. All right, what's next? What's next? Watch that Lightning Mew basically sell itself. It's almost impossible not for that Lightning Mew to go off. Michael Ibarra is next with 6 Pokey Shuffles. You got it. Okay. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Boom. What do we got here? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. BGS 10. Mario, King of Clubs. So you're going to pull a Mario, and you can keep it or re-roll it. Ooh, here's my drink. Let me have a sip. I'm so quenched. Excuse me. I'm all fight. She definitely was murdered by that IVE agent. Do I still have one in the jumbo? All right, let's see. They should all stay and vote, says Alex. All right, let's see. Number 10P, is that right? It says BGS 10P Mario King of Clubs. Ah, there it is. So you may either keep this pristine Mario King of Clubs or re-roll that baby. What do you think? You'd get 90% of 75, I think. 0.9. So you would be getting 13 rolls. Ooh, from 6 to 13, or you keep the Mario. Meow, 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 meow. I would protest to date older white women. Oh my gosh, Alex. I think you'd find them. They're all there. I think they have nothing to do. I think that's what it is. I think this is their, you know, this becomes their hobby because they have nothing else going on. That's my theory. That is my theory. It is BGS 10 Mario. Wahoo! Boop, 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 boop. Is he here? Michael Ibarra. You just pull Mario. If he takes too long, he gets it by default, so I just put his name on it. All right, let's take a quick look at the next order real fast. Let's see what... So Michael Ibarra's done. Oh, and we're doing a thing today. So there is actually this ZELLE giveaway, and you get on it by using ZELLE. So Michael Ibarra, it's going on there. You have to pay using the ZELLE app because I prefer to receive payments on ZELLE. ZELLE does no fees, and so I'm promoting the use of it. Xadrian, I'm putting you on here ahead of time. I see you sent an order in. I'll re-roll. Okay, very nice. So I shall grab 75 of these, which is 10 plus 5 is 15 then. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So that goes back in. I think what we should do, we put him back in there for 75, but this time we're going to lower his value after the restock to 70. I think that makes a lot of sense. So the next time he won't be able to be re-rolled for quite as much. That'll be the trick with the re-rolls. The re-rolls next time won't be able to be re-rolled for as much. So there he goes. He goes back in for 70. And now, 13. Let's find out what you get. Ready? Sitting there growing cobwebs. Something, man. Something. 1, 2, 3. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I think politics in some ways has replaced religion. People used to get very religious and get together. I think this is the new religion, you know. I'm going to save them. I can save them. Ready? So here's APOM. Very Christ-like. Stoutland. Heatran. Seismitoad. Jinx. Meowth Old Maid. Here's Dolph. Ferroseed. Spheal. All right, so you walk away with Meowth Old Maid this time. Okay, let's go grab the Meowth Old Maid. So you've moved from Mario to Meowth. Meowth, that's right. Oh, here he is. He is a $25 card. Do we keep it or do we re-roll it? Good night, mister. Have a good stream. Ta-ta. Mary, have a nice night, Mary. We are doing Poke Shuffle. Do you guys like the new Poke Shuffle system? It's cool, right? It's cool. I'm going to get Mr. Xadrian's order queued up. He's got 2 destined rivals coming his way. Michael Ibarra's got some tough choices to make. Does he risk it again? Or, because this time it's only going to be 4. Does he risk it again? Or does he call it quits and keep the Meowth? Okay, so that's for Xadrian. Xadrian! Set you there. They're putting my items in the PSA vault while we're hanging out together. It's pretty cool. All right, let's go ahead and sneak these up for Mr. Xadrian. He's still thinking about it. Michael Ibarra, you've got 1 Meowth. Do we keep it or do we re-roll it? Xadrian, you got 2 destined rivals. All gamblers walk away before the big hit. Yeah. Here. Here's Ponyta, Hydrapple. And here's Lurantis, Tyranitar. I love that Tyranitar. If you don't want him, trade him. I love that Tyranitar. He's so good. Of course, he's probably been graded a bazillion times. And there's the staff Tyranitar, which is already way better than him. Still like him. I'll re-roll. Okay, he's going to do another re-roll. Xadrian, you pulled a couple hollows there. Really nice one, at least. There you have it. AOG says, ooh. Okay, lovely. So he goes back in for 5 spots, and you get a total of 4 spots in your reroll. Keep the Tyranitar. That's all you got to say, baby. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. I'll take it. Now, he's going to go back in, but this time he shall go back in for $20. You know, I don't think I need to use a price tag every time we do this. I think we just right above it. So that's 20 now. So he goes back in for 20. Now, re-rolling means you're going to get a total of 4 spots. You ready? We got 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. This could be your lucky day. I mean, that could be a really big re-roll. We don't know. Or it could be 4 cold ones. No! I'm sorry, man. All right. The re-rolls got you. Cold this time. We've seen re-rolls get very tough. We've seen re-rolls be super hot as well. This Dedene's going in. Dedene's cool, isn't he? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think people choose to re-roll because it's actually really entertaining to re-roll. So that's what's really interesting about it, is people actually just enjoy the, you know, the interactivity of it. The Dene, he's a full $50. That's a nice one. And he goes. Exadrian's order is complete as well. We're going to hit refresh. Let's pull some cards to the front. What do we have? We've got this Weiss Schwartz Adventure Time. That's really cute. That's $15. That's a cute card. Here's Darkrai Hollow, 112. Wow, that's really cool as well. Here's Pack Split. We've got EV for 240. That's pretty expensive. SpongeBob. So that's the SpongeBob break. We haven't seen a lot of interest in the SpongeBob break so far. Darkrai shall be another hit in the Poke Shuffle. So he shall be a $100 card. We're lowering him by $12. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. There we go, 20. So he's going in for an even 100. It's going to say number 77. Darkrai. P10. So if you pull this Darkrai, it will also get you a spot in the bounty. That's a big one. He's an English Darkrai from Ultra Prism 2018. Take a look at that. Beautiful card, isn't he? Hey, how's it going, Miss Alexandra? Hope you're having a nice day. There we go. All right. We're going to go ahead and rotate this. Oops. We're going to rotate these over here. So we got Plankton, huh? Plankton, Tiny Tyrant. Let's rotate this to the front. That's the bounty again. Good. So the table's getting a little thinner here. Here's Radiant Gray Ninja. Do we judge him based off of Radiant or off of G? Radiant's like a title, whereas Greninja's his name. Do we do titles or do we do names? I'm gonna decide here, okay? Title, name. We go off of name. So for the alphabetical ordering, this is really tricky. Title, name. We go off of name. I'm going to leave this as a note for myself. That is how we're going to run it from now on. See, it gets really tricky because if we go off of title, which is the first word, Radiant, that means every Radiant Pokemon will show up in the R box. But that's not always a good thing. Maybe you want them to be actually alphabetically, you know, divided into, so the boxes aren't uneven. Can you check? I placed an order on the website. It says Nicholas. Hey, how's it going there, Mr. Nicholas? Let's go grab it. All right. So website time. Actually, so we just finished the PSA, I'm sorry, the PayPal orders. So let's hit a refresh here. We had an order from Carter Gurtson last, and now it's Mr. Nicholas's turn. Hey, how's it going, Mr. Nicholas? Nicholas says he wants 2 of the Destined Rivals. Oh yeah, we got a lot of Destined Rivals. It's one of my favorite sets, and I know the price on Destined Rivals is currently going up. Pretty cool, right? It's a good set. Watching video, Portland police chief literally crying because 2 members of a terrorist organization were wounded when fleeing ICE. I had to like process what you were saying there. I was like, what is he saying? It's a lot to say there. So you're saying the ICE agents were going after like a gang members, and they got injured escaping, but then the local police chief for Portland, who is, you know, clearly then Democrat, she's crying because the gang members got injured. Yeah, I don't know how true that is. Like, I would have to watch that from my own eyes, but it probably is true. Like, I could believe that. And it's like, that's one of those things that really divides people. Is like, some people want to see them all gone. Other people are like, nah, they're actually productive members or something like that, I guess. I don't know. There we go. She'd probably argue that they're not gang members. That's what she'd argue. There we go. Nobody's a gang member. That's why there's drugs everywhere. That's why 100,000 people died from fentanyl the last couple of years. That's really bad. I thought it was interesting that they retitled it to being the drugs got retitled to being a weapon of mass destruction. Isn't that fascinating? So Trump did that recently. He retitled them to being a weapon of mass destruction, fentanyl, or whatever other drugs. I don't think it's just fentanyl, by the way. I mean, there's fentanyl, there's heroin, there's cocaine, there's all these other drugs, but some of them are really bad, right? Like meth, and then some are maybe not as bad. Like weed's not so bad. But there's some really strong drugs out there that really destroy you and can cause overdose really easy. 100,000 people dead from fentanyl. And those are the ones that we know. And that was happening per year. He's right. It's like a nuclear bomb went off. You know, if we were losing, let's say we were losing like 80 to 90,000 people a year, and 4 years go by, 4 times 80 is 320,000 people. I think I did that right. Yeah, 320,000 people died. Yeah, that's like a weapon of mass destruction. It's like something blew up. That's nuts, dude. It's really crazy. And we were talking about that for years on this channel. So we learned about the drug crisis a couple years ago during the Biden administration. We learned about it. And I just thought it was nuts. I thought it was so crazy when I heard about it. I was like, I can't believe it's that bad. I had no idea. Nobody really tapped me on the shoulder and told me. The news had to tell me how bad it was. I didn't realize it was so bad. And so the news had to tell me. And yeah, it was just really shocking to learn about. Jigglypuff and Slowbro together? That could be cool. I'm trying to pick out a $400 card. Wow, it's a guy, not a girl. Oh, wow, he really did cry, says Alex. Can I? Oh, I did check, Mr. Nicholas. I haven't seen the video. I'm sure it will be controversial. Everything going on right now is controversial, isn't it? Here's a cool Acerolas Mischief, huh? We priced that as $300. That's probably lower now. Let's take a quick look. It's probably cheaper now. All right. Let me move this over here. Well, man, I'm getting so many items in my PSA vault right now. It's kind of crazy. Yeah, people are divided on the subject. There we go. And we'll grab this. I think it's very hard for some people to come to the terms of the idea that there are some people worth deporting out of your country. Like, let's say not everybody, but there's got to be somebody, right? Like a foreign terrorist organization. Suppose they were in your country. You would at least agree to deport that, right? And I think that word deport has become kind of like a trigger word. And it's like, it's an interesting thing. It's a cultural thing, you know? It's a cultural thing. It's something that takes time to be processed and thought about. Acerolas Mischief. And the number is going to be 009. They rammed the ICE vehicles and got shot up in response. The guy's been deported twice already. Wow. That gets crazier the more you talk about it. All right, we're going to lower this. Oh, okay. So you're saying, oh, I thought you were saying they shot at the ICE agents, but they rammed the ICE vehicle. The revolution will be televised, says Mike's side. I know. I was telling that to Mike's side. I was saying to Mike's side that I was like, maybe this is just some kind of modern civil war or something like that. That's a subject that's been on my mind. You know, you hear that word. Look at that. That's So this card did get cheaper over time. It's very interesting. I should have sold it already. And some cards are cheap and they get way more expensive next month. And I shouldn't have sold those. Isn't that fascinating how that works with cards? So that's interesting. We'll put that there. You're right. Let's go grab this. Acerola is a really cute card. I think we're going to place this Acerola. Well, let's give the Acerola a chance to sell on the table first, okay? We're gonna list it for sale on the table, and if it doesn't sell, I'm gonna put it in the Waifu Shuffle, okay? I think it's a nice card. All right. That's it, says Troy. What's it? Mister, would it be smarter to ship $1,000 plus card to the PSA vault as they waive fees, since it's like 100 plus fees, and then ship it to me later? Oh, you mean like to avoid taxes? That's not a bad idea. Yeah, that's why they created the vault in Delaware, to help with taxes. There we go. Smart, right? Social media is a weapon of mass destruction. Nuh-uh. Social media is where you get to watch people dancing with their booty cheeks out. What are you talking about? If by mass destruction you mean it's going to make a mass in my pants. Say refresh. It's crazy that we can just watch the world end on our telephones. You know, I don't really view it as the world ending. I don't think it's that severe. But, you know, think of it like this. Like, so, you know, I think that the military is too strong. The FBI is too well-informed. The CIA's got satellites. They can watch you. I don't think we're ever going to see, like, what you saw in the past with, like, a civil war, where people stood in lines with muskets and charged each other. A civil war might look like two groups that just absolutely cannot stand each other, have nothing in common, want nothing in common, don't even want to be the same common people. And then they don't fight each other with guns. They just fight for control of the military. That's it. And that would be done, I suppose, politically. Or maybe perhaps in other ways. Maybe like political assassinations, which we've seen in a lot of attempts on that. Maybe even successful attempts. Just look at that Abra. Ooh, Pokemon Red Abra. Where did this come from? Oh, yeah, this came out of the A-Box. All right. So here we go. This is part of the rotation. It's an interesting thought. Poker card. I think it would be a really good idea if Democrats and Republicans found common ground to say, hey, here are the things we both like. And when I say that out loud, I feel like there's just no way that's going to happen. I can't imagine being a Republican anymore and having a Democrat say, hey, dude, it's chill. I like you. I feel like it's that severe, you know? I don't think we're at that point where everyone can just be hunky-dory. So this card went dramatically up, and I'm not even slightly surprised by that. Beautiful Abra. I use social media for Mr. Hell yeah, dude. It's crazy that we can watch the world end on our phones. What makes it worse is that they are paid by both sides to keep the disruption going. Better. Yeah, you're talking about paid protesters, huh? That's a new thing too, isn't it? You know, it used to be when you saw someone protesting, you assumed that they went there at their own cost to fight for a cause that they deeply believe in. Now you have to look at protests slightly different. You have to assume some of it's real and some of it is just people who are paid to sort of, cause civil disobedience. So you could hire an army of people, but they don't use guns. They use, maybe blocking the road or something. Here's Iona's Wattrell, and people are for hire. You really could hire them, especially a lot of people are struggling. It's very expensive these days to buy a home or to pay your bills, pay your mortgage. And so you would be very tempted to go and do something like that if it's something you already believed in anyways. All right, Iona's Wattrell, coming down a little bit in price, coming down to $50. Very nice. Boop. I just don't want to pay other countries when our country is struggling. I think that's very reasonable to say that. I think a lot of Americans would agree with you. The people who are receiving your money wouldn't agree with you, so they're never going to agree with you no matter what. they're not going to be reasonable about it, ever. They will always say, no, you're wrong. Actually, you should give your money away. Because they're the ones receiving it. Okay, this is going to say Galarian Moltres. It's like a conflict of interest for them to be rational about it with you. Okay, Sue. How's this card looking? This card got a little cheaper too, huh? We're going to lower his price. Okay. I'm not surprised by that. There were a lot of these. This is a card to look out for in my opinion. I think this card goes up in price over time. This is a card I would expect to go up in price over time. This is Duraludon, and he is an Inferno X Duraludon. 50 is way too high. I don't know what kind of crazy guy came up with 50. You know what? That was probably based off of something I found online. Oh, that reminds me. Xadrian was trying to give me a nice Tyranitar, wasn't he? I wish Iona was more popular. She's the perfect streamer, idol for Pokemon. Mister, I made a little error with my order. Can I have Cyber Flash instead of Snow Hazard? Says Miss Alexandra. I don't know. I can do that for you. We are. You're going to have to grease the wheels a little bit. This Wattrel is one of the misgraded cards. What? This one? Misgraded? Oh, most graded cards. It's a very cute card. So Xadrian was about to give me some very nice cards here. He said, yes, you may have my card. And I said, what? Okay. Very nice. Dooby doopy doop dooby doopy doop dooby doopy dooby dooby doo Scooby doopy dum dooby doopy dum dooby doopy dooby doo Scooby dooby dooby doo dooby dooby. Let's see how good or bad he was. You ready? Please. Well, he's borderline. He's got a white dot on this edge. Darn. Maybe you can see that. Can you see that? He's a borderline card. I might send him out anyways. I might gamble on him. He is a borderline one. If he was a strong candidate for a 10, I was thinking about giving you a whole slab for free, just a cheap card like this Duraludon. But seeing as he might come back 9 and be worth not a lot of money, I'm going to... So where should I send this? I don't even know. I'll just set this over here for now. Maybe that'll go off the tag. So, but what I am going to do is just for that one card... Let's get you into that giveaway. So I pay you $5 for that. I really like that. Thanks for being generous. So I'm going to be generous back to you. All right, let's see. You're going in the trade slab. There's a good trade slab. Look, it's a Flareon 10. That's cool. Flareon. You like grading Tyranitar? I like Tyranitar. He's cool, man. It's not just about Tyranitar. I like Team Rocket, too. So it's like two things that I really like. Team Rocket and Tyranitar. Gotta have it, you know? All right, let me hit refresh. Now, you want it to be Future Flash, not Cyber Judge. Let's take a look at this order. 5 of those Snow Hazards, 2 of the Metazoos. You got it. Thank you, Miss Alexandra. How's your day going, Miss Alexandra? Future Flash. What does that look like? That's the one with that Gardevoir looking thing, right? That's Cyber Judge. Well, I've been selling those Future Flashes forever. That's Snow Hazard right there. Find it. Pokemon Go. Ah, here it is. I believe it's this, right? I completely agree with you there. Why can't our government ease on immigration and financial aid to other countries and improve the issues in our own countries? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You know, Cactuar Queen, I don't think it's like ambiguous or benign thing or just like this, you know, totally random event. I think that the best explanation is that it benefits them. That is the best explanation. Don't you agree? Why do all the countries do the same exact thing? I think there's a benefit to it. That's the best explanation. And here in the United States, I learned something really interesting. I learned something yesterday about Tim Waltz. He was in charge of Minnesota and this whole gigantic fraud issue that ended up happening. When he was elected to be, or chosen, I should say, to be the vice president, he raised almost a record-shattering $36 million overnight. $36 million. No one knows who he is. He's just some random guy. He used to be like a gym coach or something like that, and he just overnight, 36 million. Where's all that money coming from? The fraud. That's where the money came from. So a bunch of people from that state said, this is our guy. He needs to be in power. And they said, all right, send some of that money over. And that's gotta be it, man. That's gotta be it. And so it's like, you're wondering, why would politicians be interested in a system like this? Well, it's because they get paid. If you run charity organizations for the poor, if you're Marxist, if you're all about let's get more taxes from the rich and give it to the poor, and you get donations and campaign donations and kickbacks and all this other stuff based on it, you're going to push that direction because you're incentivized to push that direction. Here we are. Let's see. All right. You get more votes. You get more money. You get to have your own group. There it is. You would lose otherwise. No one would vote for you. For your, it would be very hard to win an election against a competitive opponent who might be better looking than you, have better hair, maybe a better smile. You got to find some way to win, any way to win. And it might look something like importing voters. It might look something like running government-funded welfare programs that then funnel that money back to you because you don't investigate them. It might look something like that. And here we are. I could understand if some of the fraud was missed just because fraud does occur and it's just a part of reality. But to miss it for so long and for it to be such a dramatic amount of money, like how do you just not notice your state receiving an extra $320 million for like food for kids that don't exist? It's like, it's pretty hard to miss that. Like you have to convince me that for years, Tim Waltz didn't notice it, but some stupid kid on YouTube notices it in one day. He uncovers it in one day. Tim Waltz was trying his hardest to uncover it, but he just couldn't. He needed more help. A stupid kid with a microphone on YouTube uncovers it instantly. Come on. It's like he didn't want to. It doesn't benefit him to close it down. It's a very similar question. Let's see. So you got the Juragumo and Surtur. Ooh. That's the like fire dude. Very cool. And then here's this handsome fellow, but he's actually a robot. Spoilers. All right, Miss Alexandra. I just think that it benefits them, so they have no reason to stop it. That's it. Actually, they have a reason to cause more of it. It's like asking, why doesn't Shine Bomb in Mexico just get rid of the cartels? Why doesn't she wipe them out, just get rid of them all? Because they probably pay her. Because when the cartels do activity that is effectively a net export out of the country, bringing in US dollars or whatever, wherever they sell it to, that's actually good for the Mexican economy. Why doesn't Japan get rid of the Yakuza? They could. You can't tell me Japan doesn't have the tools to get rid of the Yakuza. They want the Yakuza. They say, yeah, go do our dirty business for us. Make us money. And that's really what it is. So they don't want to end the crime. The government does not want to end the crime. It benefits them. And I think in the case of the fraud in Minnesota, that was the exact reason. Like Ilhan Omar, she goes from having like $45,000 to her husband's, I guess, business suddenly worth $30 million. Like, wow, I need to run that business. That's a good business. I guess it's time to become Batman, says Mark. I think you could be Batman, Mark. Sylveon Break still going, says Nate Dog. Nah, dog. We got a new break, though. Let me show you. Sylveon's over, and now we have this very sexy Shining Mew. You can see it's PSA 1. People really collect PSA 1s. Let's take a look at it. It's a beautiful card. Sometimes PSA 1s don't look very good. This one has a nice swirl down here, And overall, the card condition is pretty decent. Like you can see there's some bends in it. This is very typical of a PSA 1, but I would say it doesn't really detract from the beauty on this one. The coloring on the card is nice and rich. It's not faded. There's no like tears. It's, you know, it's just, it looks beautiful in your hand. It really does. And trust me, it's not at the price of a PSA 10. If this was PSA 10, it could be like a $14,000 card. So you get a chance to collect it as a PSA 1, and I guarantee you if you pull this card, it'll end up being probably the prettiest Mew in your collection and maybe the best looking card in your entire collection. It looks extremely good. How's the back? You know, kind of like what you'd expect a 1 to be. Do these sell? They absolutely do. These cards sell. You can look it up online, and you'll notice one of the spots is a star spot. So that's how our pricing is working. You know, also with all of our prices, remember, you don't pay taxes at checkout. Well, that's because taxes are already in the price. So if you ever look at the price and wish it was a little bit cheaper, just remember, normally when you go shopping at Walmart, they don't show you the taxes until you're checking out because they don't want you to think about it. I don't do that here. The taxes are already in the price of the card. Okay, so, you know, if you're shopping around looking at my prices, remember, there's no taxes at checkout. All right, so there's our Shining Mew. Very nice. 40 by 13. I Am Vengeance. Japan neutered the Yakuza severely. They barely exist besides the Red District, which just skates around the law. Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. But I think the point is that you got countries like Venezuela, you got countries like Colombia, you've got countries like Mexico, and they do ship and sell drugs. Why don't those governments just stop it? Why would they want to? That's their best export. They make so much money from it. You know, your country's wealth is based off of what you can export to other countries. And you're cutting off one of the very most profitable things you can sell, which is like a plant that gets turned into a drug, and it just sells at crazy margins, huge markups, because it's illegal. Why would you want to end that? And if you go against them, the cartels, they might kill you. They might torture you too. They do. They got tons of torture videos on the internet, tons of them, just mountains of them. So it's like you could just go with them and make Mexico wealthier. It sounds like a plan, you know? So this is why politicians oftentimes do not want to end crime. They do not want to end fraud. And you have to have a strong backbone in your leader who says, we're not going to do this. This isn't going to be us. We're not going to do this. We're not interested in this. This isn't who we are. And it's tough to do that. It's tough to have a leader who's like that. You know, the idea of leadership is a complicated idea, I think. I think sometimes people think leadership is just like management. Management is just like, okay, we have to do this on Sunday, this on Monday, this on Tuesday. Leadership is, who are we? What direction are we going? And, you know, it's important to have a strong leader. I really think so. I don't think everyone likes Trump, though. He's very crass. I view him as a sort of like Napoleon type. All right, what we got here? What we got? Some beautiful cards. Tell you what, let's get into this box over here. I think he's a Napoleon type. And I think he could end up like Napoleon, too. So he better be careful. Here we go. What do we got? Here's Jigglypuff. Ooh, so Jigglypuff coming up here. You are really entertaining on Korean Pokemon boxes. I bought a Korean Starburst box on eBay because I saw the cool Charizard you pulled from it. Oh, very cool, Mr. Hunter. Here's Donald Duck. Here's Snorlax. That's so cool, Hunter. Give us your opinion on foreign affairs. I'm just kidding. Here's Eevee. Ooh, we're going to have to price check this one. This is Old Maid Deck 2, and that's the red card. It's like the rare card from the deck. And then here's a little Hello Kitty cat. Meow. Excuse me. Oh, wow. TCG Player doesn't have the new MetaZoo at all. Really? End of the Panthers game was crazy. Poppy Plants. All right, so let's take a quick look. We're going to start repricing these. So this Jigglypuff at $35 is just fine. He's not going to change. Donald Duck for $30. So this is an abandoned Cardconomist card. Somebody graded this, and then they did not collect it after it finished grading. And this one happened to grab a 10. By the way, yes, PSA does grade these. I've graded these cards before with PSA. We've got it at $30. We're going to lower the price down on it now to $25. I think it's a cute Donald Duck card. It's exactly what it claims to be. Okay, we're doing our rotations. You're seeing a lot of slabs come up here. This guy could be more expensive than he is right now. Let's go take a quick look at Snorlax. if you're not sure what to buy, why don't you try out the Poke Shuffles? They're a lot of fun. So he is, in fact, more expensive now. He's going to go to $55 now. Snorlax is going up. It's not a surprise. People are nuts for Snorlax. Okay, I bought my Korean box for very cheap. Oh, cool, man. Yeah, the Korean cards are fun because you can open a lot of them, and it doesn't break your wallet when you do that. So, and they're the same cards. They're the same artworks, but they're in a different language. We got EV 173. Okay, so Eevee, he's going to get a little cheaper. Yeah. I feel like he would do well in the, let's get him into the live customs. I think he's a solid card for the live customs. Card like this. Okay, set that there. Oops. Aha. 1, 2, 3, 4. We keep the live customs and the Poke Shuffles very full of slabs, good slabs. And if you don't like your slab, you can re-roll. That's part of the fun. You can instantly re-roll if you don't like it. Okay, let's see. This is going to say EV. Oops, spelled that wrong. P10. All right. It just feels smoother. You think that the Korean cards feel a little smoother? Maybe a little more plasticky. Is that what you mean? Yeah, they almost have a slight plastic feeling. Do they? Yeah, it's hard to describe them. They're a very nice thing, though. I really like them. And, you know, I've seen stuff like Korean Mega Rayquaza VMAX Alt Art from Blue Sky Stream. I've seen cards like that going for $450. And I think those cards will continue to rise in price. They're just really nice. They're so much more affordable than English. And so it's easy to go after a big hit in those. I've sold so many Korean cards over the years. I'm a big fan. Cool. And here's our Old Maid Coughing. So he has not sold. I don't think his price will change much. How do we get the Pikachu emoji? Oh, so Mr. Hunter, if you want to use the Pikachu emoji, you have to be a member of the channel. It costs $2 a month to be a member. You're really entertaining. That Eevee is cute. It just feels smoother. I bought a lot of Korean Sword and Shield Grails on eBay, and man, they're so cheap and good quality, says Mr. Beewolf. Beewolf, who is something Wolf. Brandon Wolf? I'm trying to remember your name. What time is it? It is 7. Hey, how's it going, guys? Happy Saturday night. We're just going through our slabs from the A box. Lots of slabs, man. Let's get another round up here. Ready? That's the fun tonight. We also have some really fantastic breaks. So here's Terror Festival Eevee for 190, huh? That's interesting. So that's Alt-Art Eevee. Here's Hello Kitty, meow. Here's Fui Coco. Charizard Shi, Karuta. And Slow King 10 for 70 bucks. So I like this card here. He's kind of like a hit, right? And we're going to get him up here as well. So this would be 100. 1, 2, 3, 4. This will be 200. Hey, mister, my slab's in the mail, but something's wrong. I took a bite out of it, but it wasn't chocolate. I ordered red velvet. Oh, never mind. That was my actual cake. Thanks again. What? Is it chocolate or is it Pokemon cards? Is it your Pokemon card collection? So your cards arrived safe and sound? That's awesome, man. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this round with the EVs, we're not going to roll it down to like 175. We're going to roll it up to 200. However, we're then going to toss these lovely poker cards into the boosters. Like this guy right here, if he grades 10, he could be like $100, man. And he looks so good. He looks like he is a 10. So good. I had a donut this morning. Yeah, Kieran and I just kind of pigged out today. I had a donut, and then I had, for lunch, fried chicken. Really not healthy. But then we went on a tough walk in nature. We went on a nature walk. We have the, did I tell you guys, some of you guys know this, but some of you don't. I live right next to a state park called Hahatonka out here in Lake of the Ozarks. So beautiful. You learn more and more about the park over time, stuff you didn't know about it. And there's just so many nice places, so many trails that you didn't know existed until you just kind of sit out here and get all saturated with it. Like you just kind of learn about it. You go, I didn't know you could walk over there. So these beautiful trails exist. And you can go on these really tough walks where you're walking uphill for a long time. And it's awesome out here. It's a short, like 5-minute drive out of my neighborhood and then 5-minute drive over to the park. That's it. We're right next to it. You can see the park from my back windows. It's that close. How crazy. Missouri's underrated, so beautiful. Did you know it's one of the cheapest states to live in? And I keep asking myself, why don't we move to Nevada? And then I think about our gorgeous lake house that we got for just $650, 4,000 square feet. It's actually one home and a second empty plot for a second home. So it includes a whole second parcel for $650. Lakefront the whole way. The whole thing is lakefront, both plots. Came with the dock, of course. Docks are valued almost $100,000 if you didn't know that. So when you buy a lake house, the docks, even the cheapest dock is like $75,000 to $100,000 because they're these big structures. And yeah, and then our back window is a view of the state park. So it's like every time I want to leave, every time I want to move, I'm like, I just can't. I got too good of a home. It would be nuts to leave this home. It just would be. And so we're just buzzing out here, man. We're hanging out. We play video games and go for walks out here, and it's very pretty. The weather's not that bad. You get used to no capital gains tax as well. Yeah, now no capital gains tax. That's a new rule in Missouri. You guys didn't know this. In Missouri, they got rid of capital gains tax at the state level. What that means is when you sell your home, if your home went up in price, you don't have to pay capital gains on the increase. It's a nice little bonus. Definitely benefits rich people more than someone like me. I may appear rich, but I'm not that rich. I'm not like a billionaire or anything like that. I don't have like tens of millions hanging around. I might have like $1 million of cards at this point. But again, that's not cash. I can't spend this. I can't spend these cool cards you see me with that I'm always bragging about. Oh, look at these cards. I can't spend these. These won't pay hospital bills. They have to be liquidated first. So I'm only wealthy in theory, and I don't have like tens of millions or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? Like $1 million isn't what it used to be, I think. I think in the 90s, $1 million was a lot. We're in 2025. It's been like 35 years later. And $1 million is worth like 500,000 now, which is still a good chunk of money, but it's like, you can pay your house off basically. You're not retiring off $1 million. So yeah, we've been very fortunate with our Pokemon card investments, but and then we got this nice house and I'm pretty settled in. And again, the cards aren't even cash. They're just cards. Well, guys, it's 7 p.m. I'm not feeling too many orders right now. You guys feeling too many orders? We have 47 people here. I say we wrap up a little bit early. I'm going to go play some video games. I'm playing Mass Effect 3 multiplayer, and I think we're really in between. We're in like this transit period where we're waiting for Ascended Heroes. We're waiting for OP14 English. We're waiting for the next set of One Piece Japanese. So I think that's kind of where we're at. We're going to have some new Pokemon slabs coming soon enough from Tag. I got some tag submissions out there. So we're going to have some tag submissions coming back, and that'll be fun. We're in the middle of rotating our slabs that have been sitting in the boxes. Those tend to be the slabs that people didn't buy the first round. So the chances that they buy the second round, it's possible. But, it's kind of interesting. You always want to be here when a submission comes back because that's the good pickings, in my opinion. The very finest slabs are in the first wave. And this is wave 2. We're going through them again. Stuff like Hello Kitty. Maybe the Hello Kitty was overpriced. Maybe we lower the price on this Hello Kitty to be a little more tempting real fast. Watch this. So this is a pristine 10. Maybe we lower this to 45. All right, that's way more affordable. So now you might be like, hey, now I want that Hello Kitty. A nice pristine 10 Hello Kitty, $45. We're at a point where we're ready to give those away now. Here's the Fui Coco. So Fui Coco, he's from the overgraded McDonald's set. Let's get him down to 35. So we lower the prices. We make them a little more enticing. Here's a Karuta Charizard. It says from 2022. Okay, so it's a couple years old. He didn't sell at 70. I guess we can lower him to 65. You never want to lower a Charizard too fast. Sorry, hiccups there. This Galarian Slowking's a different story. He's like a top-tier card in my eyes. English, Chilling Reign, 2021. It's a 5-year-old card now, drawn by the guy who draw Charizard number 4 from the base set. Really good-looking Galarian Slowking. Let's take a quick look and see if his price potentially went down, but I have a feeling his price is going to slowly go up. Galarian Slowking, number 099. No more night stream, sadly, says Troy. Mister, you need to work. No, you're right. I need to work. I agree. So there's not even one of these listed for sale. So I've one and no one else has one. And maybe I should just list this up on eBay. I mean, if I've got one for sale and no one else does, that seems like an eBay card to sell in my eyes. We'll place him back over here to be listed. All right, which I'm too lazy to do because I'm going to go play video games. I've been kind of in my enjoying life phase lately. I've just been playing a little more games and relaxing a little more. You know, all the cards went way up in price this year in 2025, and now I'm got my hands folded behind my back going, like that, you know, just kind of stretching. Just want to enjoy your stream longer. Yeah, I believe you, man. Well, you know, I think it's, we had an extremely busy Thursday and Friday. If you didn't notice that, we had a very busy Thursday, Friday, and we will be back on Monday. So there's not going to be a Sunday stream unless I want to do a Sunday stream, which I suppose I can do it if I feel like it. Maybe we will. Maybe if we wrap up a little early here, we do a little 2-hour Sunday stream too. I don't know. Just be a random thing. But I had a lot of fun with you guys. The Sylveon went off. Here's the one to look at. This is the Shining Mew. That's really interesting. So the Shining Mew break. Here is the vintage Squirtle as well. So we got vintage Squirtle. We have a free one for people who place orders with ZELLE. So that's just a free card. Here is the trade Flareon, who's just got 2 spots left. The SpongeBob break, which has not really made too much progress. Maybe he needs to go to eBay. And the box break, which is now, I think, 3 out of 3. So we're almost done with 1 pack of this. Okay? I will see you on Monday. I'll be making another slab away payment. Packers and Bears just started. The Packers and the Bears! Guys, I need to watch the Packers and the Bears. I'm a rabid football fan. I love watching football. Mister, what are your thoughts on the new Mega Charizard X? The new one, he's great. I don't know. The one from Phantasmal Flames? I think the one from Phantasmal Flames looks fantastic. So I think that one's going to go up in price. The golden card, meh. There's also the promo version of that card, which I think is just okay. Thanks for the questions, guys. I'll see you in the next stream, okay, guys? If you like our stream and you haven't subscribed, take a moment and smash the subscribe button so that YouTube can inform you when we're going live. Our next live stream should be Monday morning, but I don't know. I might be tempted to go live on Sunday this week. I don't know. We had a little shorter Saturday stream, maybe a little short Sunday stream too. That's tempting, isn't it? So I'll see you guys on Monday, but keep an eye out for